The stock of the day is brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. Trade over 17,000 markets with extended trading hours on key US shares and competitive spreads, all on an award-winning platform. Get started at IG.com.
And our stock of the day is Arafura Rare Earths. Now this of course comes off the back of that summit in the White House between Anthony Albanese and Donald Trump, where they have struck a deal on critical minerals. Now the US Export-Import Bank has sent letters of intent of financing to a number of firms, including Arafura, Northern Minerals, Graphinex, Latrobe, Magnesium, among others. Arafura is saying the US bank has announced conditional approval of an investment of up to $100 million in its Nolans project in the Northern Territory. There'll also be a $200 million equity investment in WA gallium plant owned by Alcoa. And so that's obviously got many of those stocks moving today. So, Phil, there's significant deal, of course, and this is to counter that dominance we see by China in the market. How is Arafura likely to benefit?
Look, very positively. We're going to hear a lot of this, I think, going forward. China's dominance in whatever, we need a solution for it. We're seeing it in some fuels and some energy. We're seeing it in rare earths. Rare earths are used for battery technology, robotics, more so in defence, and you throw in the buzzword there, anything defence spending related, well, we've got to have some of that. I think China controls over 80-90% of the rare earths market, and they're restricting supply at the moment. So this, again, mentioned previously, there was a great meeting between Trump and Albo overnight. What does that mean for China? Well, they might come out swinging and put a few more restrictions in. Combined with that, you had government investing in a local rare earths company. It's a case of you just got to have you've got to have some exposure. I'm not going to pretend I understand what they do, but I do understand that we need a solution away from China, and there'll be money thrown at possible solution providers, and Arafura is one of those. And we saw the bump today. As this sector gets more and more eyeballs on it, and the last few months have actually been quite positive for it. I think it's onwards and upwards. It doesn't look cheap. Again, it doesn't look cheap, but this has just happened. So analysts need time to update their numbers and update their view. I'd expect upgrades across the sector, throughout the course of the week as people digest last night's news. But a bit like gold, sometimes a sector is the right place to be, and rare earths at the moment does seem like the right place to be, and this is a good way to play it. We also cover Linus, LYC. It is a producer, so much like gold, those who currently produce get the benefit from the high prices immediately. Those who produce in future comes with a lag if the prices stay high. So whether it's Arafura or Linus, I think it's a good place to put some money in for the foreseeable future.
So buy?
It's a buy.
Yeah, not for me.
But then you don't like
I mean, it's not about the minerals, it's about the enthusiasm, and that's clearly all there is at this point in time. So I'm the type of investor...
Well, there's money as well.
It's $100 million from the government.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just money in the bank. You need to dig the stuff out of the ground and sell it, yeah? And we're not going to get a...
Well, more than that, they're going to process it.
We're not, in 2030. If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. Start with a plan.
Yeah, if you're lucky. Well, of course, yes. And so in the meantime, you have enthusiasm.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So, and it's the same thing with, Philip mentioned gold. I would also not just buy a stock in a company that happens to have gold under the ground, and that's it. So you're basically buying enthusiasm, yeah? And enthusiasm can disappear as quickly as it can rise again. So I wouldn't...
A bit like that chart.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, that's my point. So I wouldn't join the enthusiasm at all. And if I would go into enthusiasm, I would go for a producer like Linus, which apparently is also about to enter the ASX 50. And that's a big surprise, to me at least. But at the very least, if prices in rare earths are now consistently higher in trend terms, then at least you're buying a company that is already producing, and they should get the immediate benefits.
Well, Dr. No has struck again. It is a no from Rudi and a buy from Philip. That is our stock of the day, Arafura.
The stock of the day was brought to you by IG. Trade over 12,000 shares and ETFs, including major tech giants with extended hours on an award-winning platform. Get started at IG.com.